But when it comes to portion control in particular, as much as we try to understand that, I think still people still want that tangible. How much should it be?
Definitely.
So for, like Dorothy said, if you cut your plate into four quarters, let's say, it's the easiest way. You take 2 quarters, which is half your plate, and you fill that with veggies. That's the easiest way. They're nutrient dense. They're not high in calories, and they're gonna give you a lot of different nutrients. And if they're fibrous and like dark leafy greens, for example, that's going to fill your body up or fill your belly up a bit, so you're not starving before you get into maybe something that could be unhealthier, like carbs, for example. And I wouldn't say unhealthy, I mean like a big plate of mashed potatoes with gravy, for example. So of course that's not ideal, but that's what's on a lot of our plates, fortunately. And so if you're looking at, let's just say, let's break it up into like a macronutrient, because a lot of people would have a piece of steak or a piece of chicken on their plate. How big should that be?
Well, let's start with the carbohydrates. It can be difficult depending on the person, but we usually suggest a half a cup of, quinoa, brown rice, wild rice, oatmeal, sweet potatoes. You just suggest to have a cup. But if you're someone like Drew, a man, who's looking for a bit more energy to fuel your body, you can go up to a cup. But for me, I try a half a cup.
Yeah, and that's
stick to a half a cup.
That's a good point, because everyone has different types of goals. Like if you're looking to drop some inches or burn more body fat, then you want to have a bit more restriction, I want to say, around that. But for me, for example, I don't want that. I want to keep muscle mass up higher. I want to keep them happy with the weight I'm at, for example. But a lot of people, they want to lose weight, drop inches. So we do recommend that half a cup.
And half a cup still is a lot of food. But one little tip I wanted to mention with carbs in particular was to, I guess, I'm thinking about pasta in particular. You can get a nice gluten-free or whole wheat pasta. And pasta in a bowl adds up so quickly. So a half a cup of pasta, for example, looks so teeny tiny. But how you can, I guess, overcome that is putting all of the oomph or all of the nutrients into your sauce. So pack your pasta sauce with zucchini, with peppers, with onions, with spinach and mushrooms, and just give it like a nice substance. And then you have, your little bit of noodles, but it's kind of reversing it. Then it makes the meal about the veggies instead of the carb.
Right, that's a great little tip. So when it comes to...
Same with stir fries, right? You just need a little bit of carbs and then just pack in the veggies.
Yeah, it's a good one, because you can put like a half a cup, even a quarter cup, just depending on what your goals are. Then we'll get into fats here as well, but if you have like a ton of veggies, like that's gonna be, that should be the biggest portion of your meal anyways. So if it's coming through a pasta sauce or through a stir fry, you pack in those veggies, then you have a full meal. It doesn't feel like you have like this little tiny portion and everyone else has these big giant bowls.
Let's get into fats.
Fats
are a little bit more variable, maybe we could say, because we've got avocados, for example. Now we suggest a quarter of an avocado would be a portion size.
Right.
Then you have your nut butters. We suggest 1 to 2 tablespoons for a nut butter. Because believe me, I've been there where you can sit with the jar and eat the nut butter, and even though it is a healthy fat, it's calorie rich, I was going to say, but calorie dense. So you can really pack in a lot of calories if you're not careful with the nut butters. What else do we have? Oils, I guess coconut oil and olive oil, like for salad dressing. Same thing, about 1 tablespoon, 2 tablespoons.
2 tablespoons for a bigger salad, but then you're splitting that with 2 or 3 people.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, fats are a bit more challenging in that regard. So if you're going to have like a half a cup or a quarter of an avocado, you can cut that off and put it to the side for yourself. If that's in a salad, again, that's a bit more challenging.
Yeah.
But I think 2 tablespoons is enough for, like, sometimes we have like a pre-workout snack, or for we have as soon as we get it, like for example, like before we do these videos in the morning, we might have a banana and peanut butter. to have something in our belly after kombucha.
Yes.
And then we'll make breakfast after. But a banana and 2 tablespoons of peanut butter is more than enough to
Plenty.
sustain you and get some energy going in your body and getting you ready for a full breakfast coming up after.
Another one I just thought of for healthy fats was trail mix. We put trail mix. I love trail mix, but if you're not careful, I could sit there and eat the whole bag of nuts. But we usually suggest around a quarter cup to a half a cup trail mix, and it's important, especially for me, to measure that out and put it in a little dish.
Yeah, almonds, for example, you can grab about 15 to 20 almonds. That's a handful.
Yeah.
So that can help you gauge that as well.
Yeah.
So then we have, like, let's say, for example, when I asked before of a protein, for example, if we have a meat on our plate, how big should that be?
We usually say like about 4 ounces, 3 to 4 ounces, the size of your palm, really, is what you're after.
Or a fist. A lot of people measure with a fist. You put a fist and then you have your piece of chicken or maybe a steak. We eat a little bit differently when our macronutrients are combined through a plant-based diet.
Yeah.
So we don't have like everything separated.
Segmented.
A lot of times that's why we mentioned stir fry, for example. A lot of time that's all mixed in together. So, but if you measure that out after a while, you're not going to have to measure forever.
No.
We're not like those people that say you need to weigh, you need to measure all the time. Once you get a good grasp of the sizes and portions, your body will adapt to that, and then you'll be more comfortable with smaller portion sizes throughout the day.
I just thought of something else, Drew, about restaurants, because at home, we are in control and we can control, I guess, our portion size is what I'm getting at. At restaurants, it's a little bit more challenging to control your portion sizes. But one thing that I do to help with that is, for example, with the stir fry, I will ask, can I have half the rice and twice the veggies? Things like that to help, right? Because they always give so many carbs, like so many rice or so many noodles at a restaurant, I find.
Yeah.
If you're having a pasta or if you're into, buns, like sandwiches and stuff, ask for only one slice or ask for it open. Those little tricks help too.